What's going on? This is my life in the shot. I'm your host, John Washington. I'm going to bring you guys the Louisiana Pastor that ends up turning the gun on himself and his wife. However, both of them survive. But in this video, I want to talk about, ladies, it is very important to do a background check. If somebody threatens you, take it seriously. That is immediately red flag city. What's going on with the story, Renee?
Yeah, so 27-year-old pastor Danny Prenell shot his wife and himself. Her name is Gabrielle Prenell. She's 27. He's 25. On Wednesday, June 21st at 3:30 p.m. at the Hampton Inn at McComb, Mississippi. So like you said, he's been released from the hospital. He's okay. He's in custody. And the wife, she's still at the hospital. I believe she's in stable condition now. And I think you have the charges of what they're charging him with.
So she was in critical condition
Right.
once upon a time. All right. So now his charges on what he's facing. Now he's not facing. Let's talk about what he's not facing. For some reason, he's not facing attempted murder right now. I don't know why. We gonna need some answers. So he's only being charged right now with one count of aggravated domestic violence, disturbing a business, because he didn't do this at home. He went to Mississippi at a hotel to do this. So he's facing that disturbing the business, disorderly conduct. Huh?
Yeah, they were in Mississippi on some type of revival.
You know what, people, violence in pastor. So now what I want to talk about is his last Facebook post, y'all. Check this out. He's claiming, I may not be a perfect man, but I will always be a family man. But wait a minute. How do you a family man and you do this in front of your children?
In front of the 3 children. And also, if I'm not mistaken, it said in the article that the kids are with the state, like they're not even in family members' custody, like they're in the state of the custody for the kids.
Yeah, right. So if you're such a family man, you would never, ever, ever put your children, destroy their lives forever. You got 3 children that witnessed this allegedly.
Right.
So let's get into the story. The story's going to say a Louisiana Pastor shot his wife in front of the couple's 3 kids before turning the gun on himself. And you failed at that. You failed at that. He's only 25 years old.
Right.
She's 27 years old. They got 3 kids, and they went to the Hampton Inn Hotel where the shooting took place. All right. I want to bring you guys, this is the scene of where it happened at. Look at all that blood.
Oh, horrible.
So they was both rushed to the Mississippi Medical Center. Their children are in protective custody of the Child Protective Services. Yes, good question. Why aren't they in
with family members?
Right.
And so think about if you had to witness that as kids, and now you're with strangers. So you're not even with family members.
Right. So it's gonna say he paid on all right. So now check this, ladies. What I want to point out to you guys is court records indicate prior history. This is not his first rodeo, as we talked about in the other show the other day.
Yep.
Often the time when they do get locked up or something like that, it is not their first rodeo. All right, so it's going to say Prenell has a history of domestic against his wife. In 2016, she filed a petition of protection from abuse against Prenell. In the petition, she detailed incidents where Prenell was violent with her, saying, she's saying, I've been constantly getting beat by my husband, and I fear for my life, or myself and my unborn child. She goes on to say Prenell often points gun and threatens to kill her. Ladies, under no circumstances at that point you leave fast. I do understand children may be involved, but your children need a mom to take care of them.
Right. Yeah, I mean, you definitely want to take threats to your life seriously, right? And so if it says she was allegedly pregnant at the time, unborn child, I just wish she would have gotten some help and would have gotten away then. And thankfully he failed at attempting to take her life this time. But you definitely should take that seriously when someone threatens your life and they own firearms as well.
Yes, and check this. So, what this article is going to say is prior to being a pastor, Prenell was a deputy.
Wow.
The parish sheriff's office started in June 2022 until his resignation of December 2022. So only 6 months was he. And I'm getting a lot of women I talk to say, yo, those correction officers, those police officers, they got a sense of arrogancy in them and a history of violence. Not a history of violence, but just arrogant and trying. It ain't a good, So a lot of women I talk to, like, yo, I wouldn't do a police officer because they like the arrogancy, the domestics, they just.
Yeah. I hope after this incident, she'll get the help that she needs. So he's not being charged with attempted murder. So whatever charges that they have him listed for, it sounds like he's not going to be in there for a very long time. So I'm wondering what would be the next step for her as far as protecting herself.
Exactly. Yes. Why no attempt? Now they are still investigating. I do get that. Some of these investigations take a minute.
Right.
But that's simple open and shut attempt, no question.
Maybe. Yeah, I was going to say maybe it's where he shot her, but at some point she was in critical condition though. So
exactly. And so people, man, before you choose a pastor, I think that pastors need to have the strictest. What are you doing? Because you're leading an entire congregation. You're leading tens, hundreds, possibly thousands of people off your word on what you're saying. And you should be the prime example to just like a father figure in the household. You're saying you're a family man, but you do this in front of your children. And I'm wondering, was there arguing? Wife had a restraining order allegedly.
At some point. Yeah.
Exactly. So
and then also
see that?
Right.
When are you gonna think about your children? So one of the advice, ladies, no question, it's 2023. That first date, I feel, maybe not the first date, maybe fill them out, see if it's gonna go anywhere. And if this may go somewhere, you may have to say, hey homie, I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to do a background check.
I don't know about disclosing that. I think you could do it privately. Also, if you see any signs of, aggressive behavior, violence, stalking, anything of that nature, you might want to end that quietly up front before you end up, married with kids and all of that as well. And also too, for women, they do have shelters, they have hotlines. If you need a place to go, if you don't have family or anything like that. So hopefully it doesn't end up in this type of situation.
Right. So many times do youngsters think that, oh, he's just playing. It's not going to happen to me. But let me tell y'all something. I've done way, way, way too many shows where it does happen. You have to watch those signs. And also, it doesn't have to be you. Just like what we said about about the guy in Maxwell. If he's violent towards someone else, it doesn't have to be you. Exactly. If he's violent with other people, I'm going to get that mofo. Stepped on my foot. This person disrespected me. I'm going to deal with him.
Right.
Or if you're in the store and he's assaulting another lady, no question. It's only a matter of time until he brings that home.
High aggression level. Yeah.
And more than likely, he's probably started at home.
Right. Yeah. So I'm glad she's, yeah. I'm glad that it seems like she's going to be okay. And like I said, hopefully she'll get the help she needs this time around.
Yeah, I don't understand. This is the first failed attempt
Right.
I've ever done. I don't know
Right.
what his true motives are.
Well,
But
hopefully she can. Maybe this time she needs to get the kids and go to one of those shelters. They have shelters in place for things like this.
you know what? And so I watched something where they were talking about build a family compound instead of buying one individual house.
Yeah.
Family, friends, ladies, pay attention to what abusers try to do. All right. I used to
Right.
bring it up on what they try to do. One of the biggest things that they try to do is separate you from your family. All right.
Right. Exactly.
Family is critical. Critical. And
So
go ahead.
I'm wondering if she had any immediate family members around her since the kids are in state custody. I would think if her mother or sister were alive or around, that they would have custody of the kids. So I'm curious to know if she has any immediate family members
Yeah, why are they in
nearby.
state child protective
Custody.
services?
Right, child protect. Yeah,
Yeah, good question. Right.
exactly. Yeah,
Man, family is so important. When you got your grandmother, your grandfather, your brothers, your uncles that can come to the crib, help out, watch, pay
right,
attention, that's critical. That is critical to where, but so often do I hear and see stuff like abusers who try to separate the family.
right. Yeah,
Try to stop them from talking to their mother, their brother, their family from coming over, going to see their family, being around their family because they know that family member will talk them into leaving and doing the right thing. So
right,
always
right.
keep your family involved, very involved.
Yeah, especially women, because women, specifically, if this type of incident is going to happen, it's usually going to be against the woman versus the other way around. Just statistically speaking, that's just the way it is. It's just higher. So yeah, women definitely have to be very, very careful because unfortunately situations like this happen and just thankfully she survived. Thankfully she survived that those kids still have a mother.
And most of the time, you see that abuser try to separate that woman from her family, move them away to another state, um,
Right.
keep them from talking all the time, going around family members.
Right.
Anyway, appreciate you coming on, Renee. Make sure you guys like, subscribe. Let me know what you think about this video. Peace, y'all.
Pussy on fire. Ooh, down to the wire. It's my life in the shy. Ooh, it's my life in the shy.